What is going on, everybody? Back at it again with another YouTube video. And today's video is on Brandon Aiyuk. So, I made a couple videos a couple days ago about two other wide receiver prospects, Justin Jefferson and Denzel Mims. Those were the two guys that I really believe that the Eagles were going to take at 21. Those are the two guys that I believe. And who knows? The draft is now in 2 days. Can't wait. Obviously, that's the biggest sports thing that we've had since the virus has started. And, I'm glad that we can finally get some sports back, even if it's just an NFL draft. I'm excited. This is a big draft for the Eagles, as we all know. It's big for Carson Wentz. It's big for Howie Roseman and his draft stock. It's just a big draft. And obviously every Philadelphia fan is going to be paying big attention to this draft because there is nothing else going on. So before I get started on this, I don't think I touched on Denzel Mims' comments about Philadelphia. And, I have a quote here from Aiyuk, and I'll read this one first, and then I'll put it in with a Denzel Mims quote. So, John Clark talked to Brandon Aiyuk about them possibly taking him in the first round at 21. Aiyuk said, "That's a big possibility. I definitely feel like the interest is there. Philly is a great football city. It would be a nice landing spot for me to be in." Now, I like Brandon Aiyuk. He's not a guy that I would take probably at 21. I feel like we wouldn't take him there, but I can see the Eagles moving back maybe and taking him. I don't know. Me personally, I don't know if we would take him at 21. At that point, I feel like we would just take a linebacker. But a report did come out the other day, and it said the Eagles were definitely looking at a wide receiver in round 1, as we all knew, but they said they were pretty certain they were going to take a receiver in round 1, and then they were talking about they wanted like a speed guy, like Henry Ruggs. And there's been a bunch of reports. Obviously, there's literally nothing to talk about around the football or around any sport world, honestly. This is the main topic of every sports fan's day, is the NFL draft happening on Thursday. Now, I just read you the Brandon Aiyuk quote. I'm going to sum up basically what Denzel Mims said. He basically said, last week on Twitter, he was on a podcast with two of these guys on Instagram or on YouTube. I forget their names. But he said he went to Philly once. Like, one of the guys asked him, he was like, "Have you ever been to Philly?" And Mims said, "Yeah, I've been to Philly once with a couple teammates and my coach, just looking at around the city." And he said he's, quote unquote, he did not like the scary people in Philadelphia. Like, the people scared him in Philly. Now, what that's telling me is that he doesn't want to play here. And, okay, yeah, you might not want to play here. But to say that we're scary people, what's going to, and that's the reason why I don't want him. Because if he drops the ball and we boo him, what is he going to do? I mean, it's Philadelphia. This isn't like some lazy sports town. Like, Philadelphians care about their sports more than a lot of people. It's Boston, New York, Philly. You got, some parts of LA that care about their sports, not particularly as much as we do. But you got the Texas teams, they care. And you got there's great sports fans out there. But Philadelphia is one of the greatest sports cities in America. Boston, New York, we all have great fans. Washington has come up there, now, not so much in the past, but, the Capitals and the Nationals, obviously with them winning, they have good fans. It's just a matter of how extreme that we take it. And we, as Philly fans, take it to the extreme with our teams. The extreme. There's no, the tailgates, the parades, when we get them. Every chance we get to party, with our players and our teams, we take that opportunity and we make it memorable. We really do. Jason Kelce's speech, I mean, there's a shirt made after it. I wore it a couple videos ago. I mean, us as Philadelphia fans are the best fans, I think, in sports. And yeah, that might be a little biased, but I'm going to say it because I'm a Philadelphia sports fan. So for Denzel Mims to say that we're scary, and I know he might not be talking about the fans, but the Eagles Parade brought everybody in that city together. Whether you were a fan or not, if you lived around and if you have easy access to Philadelphia, you were at that parade. And, I don't really want Mims anymore. I don't really want him anymore. And it's really because of what he said. Yeah, he's a good player. But if you're going to be scared, if you're going to, be like I've seen comments about him being another Aguilar. Like, if he drops the ball, we're going to boo you. Honestly. We booed Arcega-Whiteside last year. He cost us the game against the Lions. We booed him. We boo Carson. We boo Embiid. We boo the Flyers on and off the ice. Every time they don't take enough shots on a power play, they hear the boos. We booed Bryce Harper. His first game. His first series in Philadelphia, we booed Harper. That's just who we are as people. There's really nothing else you can really say. We're just very passionate people. We care about our sports teams. And if you can't take the heat, then this obviously will never be the city for you to play in. But he's going to hear the boos when he gets to Philadelphia if we don't end up taking him because of that reason. If there's an article that comes out and says we didn't take Denzel Mims because of his comments about Philadelphia, he's going to get booed. He's probably going to get booed regardless. But he's going to get booed. That's just who we are. Now back to Brandon Aiyuk. He does think there's a possibility of taking him in the first round. Again, I don't think that's the case. I don't see us taking him in the first round. Maybe we would if, Mims, Jefferson, Ruggs, Judy, and Lamb are gone and we really just wanted to get a receiver out of the way. We could pick him. But I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening that early. At that point, I feel like we could just take a linebacker. Now, he only played 2 seasons at Arizona State. He's a 6-foot, 205-pound receiver. He played 2 seasons, and he was a senior. In his career, he had 98 receptions, 1,666 yards, 17 yards per catch, and 11 touchdowns. In his senior year, he had 65 receptions, 1,192 yards, 18.3 yards per catch, and 8 touchdowns. And in his 40 time, he ran a 4.5. Those aren't the best numbers. And he only played 2 seasons at Arizona State. And again, I just don't see us taking him that early in this draft. There's guys that you can get in the second round, like a Jalen Reagor, that you would have to trade up for. But you could get like a Jalen Reagor, a T. Higgins, a KJ Hamler, even a Brandon Aiyuk. And you could get them late first, early second, mid-second. There's going to be receivers there until the third round. I really do believe that there will be receivers that the Eagles could possibly take to be starters up until round 3. That's just how deep this wide receiver class is. And again, the Mims thing just bothers me. It just bothers me why he would say that right before the draft. I understand he probably does not want to play in Philadelphia, but to say that we're scary people just bothers. It just bothers me. It really does. And I like that Aiyuk is, saying that he would like to play here. We're a great football city. Because, everybody, I feel like everybody knows that. Yes, we are hard on our players, but again, we just want to win. We want what's best for the players, and we know that they want to win. And if you're not putting out 110% every game, then we will boo you. If you make a mistake, we will let you know. That's just who we are. Nelson Aguilar dropped a game-winning touchdown against the Falcons, and a man was catching babies out of a burning building, and he said we were catching them unlike Aguilar. Only Philadelphia brings in a sports team to a life-threatening, circumstance. It's just crazy. It is just crazy. We are just the craziest fans, and I love Philadelphia for that exact reason. Now, thank you all for watching. This was a little bit of a shorter video. If you haven't already, check out my two videos on the receivers, Denzel Mims and Justin Jefferson. I'm sure it's going to be up here as soon as the video's out. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm out. Peace.